what happened to them? Did these guys bust? Did they succeed in the NFL or USFL or whatever it was? And what essentially the hit rate was for these players to succeed at the NFL level. So the first name here on the list is Archie Griffin. So he is the only two-time Heisman winner. Went to Ohio State in the mid 70s, had incredible seasons for the Buckeyes. He ends up getting drafted in the first round, 24th overall by the Bengals. He was okay, never a star, and he's obviously more remembered for being, an all-time great college player than an NFL, legend or anything like that. I think we can put him in the bust category. It's not he didn't completely bust out, but he only had about 3,000 yards over 7 NFL seasons. So kind of a workman-like, solid career, but nothing special. So I think we can confidently put him in the bust category. So next is Tony Dorsett. Went to Pitt, won the Heisman in 1976, running back. So there's going to be a lot of running backs. I think every single guy in the 80s and 70s is a running back. We don't get a receiver for a while. But Tony Dorsett is an all-time great NFL player. He's drafted in the first round, 1977. Second overall, he's a Hall of Famer. Rushed for almost 13,000 NFL yards. Won the Super Bowl. One of the smoothest runners in NFL history. He's a great guy to look back on and watch his highlights. He just has like a real smooth gait to him. He doesn't look especially explosive, but when he gets going and he's in the open field, he's really hard to tackle. And just an obvious, not whatever the opposite of a bust is. Definitely a great pick and one in the win category for the Heisman. Next, we have Earl Campbell. So he won the Heisman in 1977, another running back out of Texas. So I think there's a couple more from Texas on this list. He was also drafted in the first round, 1978, by the Oilers. He was an immediate NFL success, one of the most punishing power backs in NFL history. Just a total, intimidating presence that used to dominate on the football field. You still see the number 34 Earl Campbell Oilers jersey, the throwbacks all over the place. One of the most iconic jerseys and players in NFL history. He won 3 straight rushing titles, finished with almost 10,000 yards, so about 9,400. The fact that he ran with such ferocity kind of shortened his career because he was the type of back that was looking for contact versus a guy that was trying to evade contact, kind of shortened his career. But, he was a multi-time Pro Bowl, multi-time All-Pro, very, very dominant. So another one in the win category for the Heisman. The next is Billy Sims out of Oklahoma. So he was actually the iconic number 20 for the Detroit Lions before Barry Sanders. He was drafted again in the first round by a lot of these other guys, like a lot of these other guys. Had an explosive early start to his career. He had 5,100 yards in the first 4 seasons, but suffered a devastating knee injury that shortened his career. So he's kind of a mix of the two, I would say. I mean, definitely not a bust because he had those incredible start to his career. But, if it wasn't for the injuries, like some of these other guys on the list, he would have been an all-time great. So, the fact that he was a Pro Bowler, I'm going to confidently put him in the win category for a successful Heisman winner at the NFL level. And again, he was the iconic number 20 in Detroit before Barry Sanders. So he, again, multi-time Pro Bowler and a great player overall. Got another running back here, Charles White out of USC, won the Heisman in 1979. So he was also drafted in the first round, 27th overall with the Browns. He struggled early, I should say, because of some off-field issues, which again is going to be a theme that we see in some of these other guys. He revived his career with the Rams. He ended up rushing for 1,300 yards in 1987 and won the rushing titles. He's a guy that overcame some of these personal issues and off-the-field issues. I would put him, unfortunately, in the bust category. He never got an All-Pro, never made a Pro Bowl, but he's a guy that, maybe if he wasn't in this era of, some of these off-field issues that were happening in the 80s, maybe he would have had a better career. But unfortunately, we're going to try to be a little stringent. And if you don't win an All-Pro, or if you don't make All-Pro team, or if you don't get to the Pro Bowl, we're going to throw you in that bust category, even though, again, he did win the rushing title in 1987 and could have been a great player if it wasn't for some of these off-the-field distractions.